Hey there, guys and gals. It's
Seven
me,
eighths.
Dr. John Wolfenstein here, and welcome back to another fantastic procedure, another fantastic operation here in the theater. And, of course, this week's operation is none other than the Seas of Vodari. Welcome. We're happy to have you. All those who are new viewers, old viewers, in between viewers, and first timers. Thank you
Don't
all
forget the
so much
potato
for.
viewers.
Yes, how could I forget the potatoes?
The
If
ones
they're
that
too
sit
long,
underground and they just keep growing and reproducing and making more.
I was gonna say if they stay around long enough, they become vodka viewers.
Right?
I mean, I don't got vodka, but I got rum. Yo ho, pirate's life for me.
I mean, it is appropriate for the
You're
season
the
of
reason
Vodari.
all the rum is gone.
I mean, you're not wrong. Alcoholism is a hell of a thing after all.
I mean, yeah, well, don't need any more of it right now. But, so, um, allow me to set the record straight on a couple of things. So, those of you who tuned in last week will notice that, yes, the vlogs and the videos for that are gone. Simple reason of a lot of us weren't in proper headspaces. A lot of us had problems that ended up just getting us all into a series of messes and misunderstandings that derailed the campaign as I had planned it. A lot of that was on me, and I do greatly apologize to both my players and, of course, you, my fans. However, I am feeling much better now, and so we will be basically doing a soft reset of that session. Some things will stay the same, but some things will change. And with that, we will be continuing on. So do not worry, you're not going crazy. You did indeed see an episode of The Wildlands, and yes, it did happen. And yes, it did get changed due to.
Don't worry, I can still confirm Altera will be unhinged.
But so rest assured that things will get back on track here. However, like always, I have some announcements and some shilling to do. First and foremost is we now have a Patreon for my lovely patients. That be you guys. And that Patreon now has a Discord. So, if you come and support me as one of my patients, then you will have access to the Discord where you will get to chat with me, get to know about things before they happen, changes in schedule, as well as if you choose to employ me as your DM to be paid, then you will get a discount on that service that I provide. I do allow my clients who have me as their DM, if they subscribe to my Patreon and become patients, they will be able to use all or some of their monthly membership to pay for a session, or at least discount a session. Also, as you can see on your screens and on my screen, I am running a 7-day free trial of my Patreon, allowing you to become a species collector. Basically, if you want to test drive or sample some of the homebrew races, items, monsters, or spells that I have come up with, then by all means do so. And it's free for 7 days. After that, it'll be $15 a month, which is not unreasonable. Especially not considering all the content you get, because I post every week.
Tis a fuck ton, my guys.
It really is. Like, how much stuff he comes out with is far more than a lot of other patrons.
I am genuinely appreciative. I already have 49 posts just since I started this Patreon, which was not too long ago, and I'm actually rather proud of that. The next thing to come out is going to be on Friday. For those of you who are fans of the epic and hilarious and a lot of fun Shaolin Showdown, the first batch of Shengong Wu have been finished. And so they are going...
Mutan Tunic! I mean, what?
No. That's later. They're in alphabetical order.
Mantis Flip Coin, which is also not there.
No. Let's see.
Ants in the Pants is.
That is true. Ants in the Pants, the Denshi Bunny, the Eye of Dashi, the Fist of Tebigong are in here.
Beast of Tebigong.
Also,
Just let
That's
me
a
know
good
when we have access to the two-tone tunic so I can use it to basically become Mario.
also the
Yahoo!
also the changing chopsticks are in here. And they are the most fun. Like, I really like the changing chopsticks and what they do and how they came out. So, but by all means, do feel free to join and experience the amazingness that is D&D custom magic items and Shaolin Showdown, because I remember that show with a great fondness, and I hope you do too. Later on this month, we will be releasing a new monster into the menagerie. I'll give you a hint. It has Baby, Daddy, and Mommy Shark as one entity. Also,
No, please.
I don't like that.
Why
The
not?
Sharkarus.
Oh yeah, the sharker.
it's called the Serby Shark.
Imagine being persecuted by a Serbian shark and one of the heads goes like to-do all the time.
Serbian shark. I'm sorry. No,
Also-
it's Serbian shark. Da.
And then we vibe.
What?
Also, for those of you who are into wizards, a brand new one is coming out this month. For those of you who like the runes and runic traditions of ancient cultures, the Rune Keeper is just the wizard for you. And
I'm interested.
and I have even created runes as a creatable item in D&D 5e, along with the price, what tool to use to create them, and what the prices invariably will be. So, for those of you who want to enhance your magic with the power of the giants and their runes, then by all means, the Rune Keeper is for you, and that will be released on the 29th of September, the final day of this month. Well, the final Friday of this month.
I'm tempted.
Just
I'm excited.
just a bit of a heads up, those of you who are following my Patreon already and are active patients, just note that the October will be a little delayed because on the 1st and the 30th of September are right next to each other. So I wanted to try and create a little bit of space. So the Warlock spells from World of Warcraft will be coming out on the 6th of October instead of the 1st, and the Rune Keeper was pushed to the 29th instead of the true last day of the month, which is the 30th. Normally that's not a huge issue, but, you know, it is a change in my posted schedule, so I like to keep you informed. And right now I do not have any games posted, mostly because I am in flux with that. So when I have some more games that I am ready to add new players into, I will again be posting them during chat. So, without further ado, let us go ahead and jump into this high seas adventure. Welcome
Cannonball.
back to Vodari. So, when last we left off, our crew.
Terrorists.
There we go.
Not yet.
I mean, you haven't even been accused of it yet.
If they have no proof.
There was a
Continue.
shark bunny, and there was a frog, and there might have been a fox, and that's it. No one knows anything.
There
You
is
have no substantial evidence. All the mirrors are gone.
that.
There will be in the morning.
But
I thought they disappeared after an hour.
It's in the next done.
but our crew, with the help of some new blood in the form of Mr. Mako Mistbite, made their way to the Guild of Fuels, and in so doing, discovered that the Guild of Fuels keeps a interesting bunch of people. Some of whom are magical, and some of whom are, a little rough around the edges, and probably shouldn't be, hanging around with just a little bit.
But what do you mean?
However, they did free the prisoners in question, good and bad alike, which caused a bit of a jailbreak, just a little bit, just a little one.
Just a little bit with concurrent explosions and pyromania,
Yes.
I am
octopus.
an eternal flame, baby. Sorry, what?
Pyromania, explosions, octopussy.
Yes.
And demonetized.
I mean, maybe not. Nobody watches 15 minutes of this video. But, I mean, am I wrong, though? However, let's change up the background music just a little bit. There we go. Something a little more cheerful, I like. Perfect. So, having broken the prisoners out of the Guild of Fuels' dungeons, and having saved the Okaino, who was locked up there, though he is a little in
Worse for
pieces.
wear.
Yeah.
He's only slightly missing some body parts.
Yeah, only slightly.
He's 7 ace there.
3/4 of a witness.
Mhm.
I mean, it counts for currency. Why not a person?
However,
I'm gonna. Let's see. I need to say this because I know it's gonna get a laugh, but I can't say that out loud.
However, the return to the guild, was pretty common and pretty, but, they returned with the Okaino in question ready to go, and while they were gone, a few things were done. For instance, Niafta went and got the payment for delivering the Romeo and Juliet couple right where they needed to be,
Hey,
and thus added to the coffers of the Vessi's Mercy, which is very important considering, money makes the world go round.
Yeah, we got a reserve of 220 for the ship now, which is not that bad.
Not bad at all, but not a lot.
No, not a lot. Also, we haven't been doing a lot of jobs for the ship in itself.
This is true enough.
That's why they're getting upgrades from Pip.
Yep.
Indeed. The ship
But
is...
it also means that we gotta go back and get it. Anyway.
But, Pip, as you returned with the, Okaino in question, Pip was quick to, see what she could do and what she could offer. And as she's kind of looking over the rest of you, she then, she looks at this Okaino and just nods. Well, I suppose that's one way to settle that. Well done. And the Guild of Fuels, I suppose that fire might have something to do with some of you?
Oh, no, none of us at all. Might been another person that may have gotten a broken jail cell, but not us.
I see. Well, I must admit that it's a bit of a surprise. However,
Well, I got tempted. I pushed it and saw to see if he was alive. He was. But the way was fucking guarded, so jailbreak seemed like the only real option.
it's quite alright, quite alright. We have him, so I believe that will solve some of our time delay problem. After all, didn't you say that we had a time limit?
Yeah, 2 to 3 days until, sploosh.
Well, I say that tomorrow morning, in a few hours from now, in the pre-dawn, we go ahead and sneak him over to one of the safe houses by the Thorns.
That's an idea. Get him over to his people, so,
Indeed. After all, we don't want it letting out that he's stayed here longer than he needs to.
Yeah.
Right, Gundra? And Pip looks over to the half-orc in question. Aye, that is correct. We'll make sure that he gets to the Thorns and that we can negotiate with the Okaino to give us more time. Good idea. So, my question is, you don't plan to do anything else completely crazy, right?
Not planning on it, no. This was also a spur of the moment thing, so I apologize once again.
Did you manage to grab any evidence or documents about his works?
It's a bit difficult to grab something when the fox in question doesn't have non-edgy compartments.
Alright, so that's a no. Very well.
I mean, I'd figure a criminal, at least in their eyes, might be a good bit of evidence. He's seen it.
Indeed, unfortunately, the Chancellor is less than keen to take the word of those who are actively at war, it seems, with us.
Right, so the thing is, they might be a bit on alert now if they manage to quell that jailbreak, which I believe they probably might. But if they do, they'll be on high alert. We can still attempt the infiltration to steal the documents.
Well,
Might be a little bit harder, though.
I will meet with a few of my contacts over the next day and let you know what I think. In the meantime, since you're new to Zeleni, and some of you have never been seen at all, you can go ahead and enjoy it, at least for a day. See the sights and look around. Or you could also do a little favor for me. Visit my ally, Mr. Halas Faraday. He is in the arcology next to us. And he is one of the... he is my strongest ally. So he is likely to help, and perhaps he has some information that could shed some light for us.
That's the leader of the...
Science Guild.
Okay.
I hope to maybe get in to see Mr. Nicodemus before we confront Graf. But I don't hold a hope, really.
Right. With some luck, he probably caught a stray bullet because he was there, right next to it.
I see. Well, at least if Graf is a little busy, or if he did indeed catch an injury, then perhaps there would be a better time to negotiate. So, that's good to know. Sad for a colleague, she says, not looking very sad at all.
Yeah, indeed. Sad for such a great man. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Does anyone else see their eyes turning brown?
But there's another choice here. If you wanted to help and get to work on getting rid of Graf right away. The other option to see to tomorrow is to visit the gardens. Gundro was just telling me that the leader of the Thorns, Yvain Verdani, she would be there hiding among the population and allowing a meeting to take place between her and several other disgruntled factions. Zeleni is a town of factions. The Shipwrights Guild, for instance, does not like that Graf has basically
Cut off their business, basically.
demanded a change in their business, no longer building mercantile ships and exclusively building warships. And he's making them do it for extremely cheap. After all, he is quoting a need to the public. Of course, you also have the workers' guilds, the various workers' guilds, the coal miners' guild, the shops guild, as well as a few other guilds that are displaced by all the militarization that's happening, as Graf is seizing a lot of their property and paying them pennies on the coppers on the Kraken, if paying them at all.
Right. So, we got Faraday, we got meeting, or just faff about for a day.
Indeed. Doing one, both, or even none of these is not going to hinder us, though I will admit that getting to either Faraday or the meeting in the garden will aid our endeavor.
Right. So, okay. I do need to have a fucking lie down. Because spending about an hour inside that fox's head is a bit disorientating.
Oh, by all means, go ahead and rest up. It has been a long day for some of you, and the travel here was no joke either.
We'll talk about what we'll do in the morning. Alright, everyone?
Alright.
Sounds good to me.
Okie dokie.
Good. Well, feel free to stay. I have plenty of space up there.
Right.
And I'll even
Yeah,
arrange
nice.
some food in the morning.
I find a bed and just...
There's beds. There's a couple of beds. There's couches. There's big, plushy, fluffy armchairs. You know, whichever you would like.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna do the old man thing. I'm just gonna plop down on an armchair.
I mean, hey, my grandmother never got tired and never slept, but she had to wake herself up to go to bed.
Before
I just sit
long
there in an
rest,
armchair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to reassert control over the skeletons.
Okay. You are mine to command. No, I just. Or it's like, hey,
me bones!
The bones.
or it's like, hey,
The
how you
bone.
doing? You know, still part of Team Melly. You know.
Yeah, kinda. How you guys do?
Alright, what I miss?
Not much.
But
Okay.
as you all find a space for your long rest, I unfortunately need to use the facilities, so I shall return in but a moment.
You're a facility.
I mean, you know.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I don't know, it's funny though.
Take it as you will.
However, I will be back as soon as I am able. In the meantime, do let each other and our guests know a little bit about your characters that they haven't already learned. I think that would be fun. Alright, I shall return in but a moment.
I am wanted in 3 different countries.
Oh, you wanted at least 3 different countries.
No,
Wait,
a war
only
cry.
I am going to commit several war crimes. Anyway.
No, your war cry.
I will commit heinous war crime.
I will commit a heinous war crime.
I'll be
Fucking love
wanted
that
in
guy.
every country.
Exactly.
Mustard,
No,
how about mustard
Mustard
gas?
gas.
no, but
Convention, more like Geneva
Reject-
suggestion.
no, but
Not
seriously,
my child soldiers.
I'm wanted by the church.
Fascinating.
Aren't we all?
No, literally, the church state in this world. Yes, I have bounty. People will try to kill me.
Oh, wow.
Please.
I wonder what you did to piss off a religious order.
Oh, we killed a lot of people.
Smuggled a lot of drugs.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like too many. Riots ensued.
Here for the
I got
wrong-
it. I put cocaine in the entire town's water supply. It was just fantastic. Sorry.
How did you know?
I really love you for that.
Honestly,
So how
I
did you
thought
know?
I had a better night that night.
So Eric, how did you know I might have to send the fox to kill you?
Because we think alike, White.
I mean, I am the guy that went in a session like, sir, this is a full pound of cocaine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get it.
You're a full pound of cocaine.
I am a White Hill for some reason.
But
That was good. That was good. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Reed. I came late because I got off work late.
What's one thing we don't know about your character yet, Reeve?
He's a Stormcloak Ranger. None of us have really fought in like many, many weeks.
Yeah, that's fair.
All of his teeth are sharp like a shark.
I have returned.
Let's see. Yeah, no, Melly's an ambassador.
To the octopus people?
No.
Reeve also likes to collect little tiny trinkets and knickknacks, and he likes to wear them everywhere. So if
He
you look
told
at his belt,
he told
it's
us
covered.
he told us something we don't know.
What are you an ambassador for?
My
Various heinous war crimes.
Various heinous war crimes. No,
What are you ambassador for? For the suggestion.
the Geneva suggestion. No, my people come from the deepest part of the seas.
So you mean
Oh.
you mean
So
you know what I'm
they
thinking?
have like the kind of antenna with a light on the forehead.
Do you mean anglerfish?
Yes.
They're pretty. We don't get them much up here. My
So you're
my colony was like on a delta in a river.
and
So we
some
have
children
lots of
might have
shallow
ended up dead. Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then
my
we got the
favorite
Mexican
fish is-
screaming ghost. The Mexican weeping ghost, sorry.
Someone that killed silent children says what?
What?
I love how- well, at least we know that's something we didn't know about Niafta.
I didn't know you were in our backstory.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we've pretty much like killed his whole clan of people,
Ooh.
Just the children.
and that's when he met Xavier.
Yeah, just the children. Let's be fair here.
And Xavier went, "Ooh, I could use that."
I was like, oh, free brother.
Hell yeah! And
Oh my
when
God.
Xavier met Reeve, Reeve had not a single word of the common language, so he only knew Sil or Aquan.
So you basically you just hear the song. Ain't no nothing they want. From Lilo and Stitch. That's basically what you hear.
Pretty much.
Something we don't know about Mako.
I mean, technically, you don't really know anything about Mako.
He's
Well,
not an actual Mako shark.
He likes to crow shy.
Well, at least, use the bones of the people that killed his crew to make trinkets.
Do you make,
It's
like, little tiny sharks?
it's a post-modern approach to crow shy.
Fun fact about Mako, he set out just because he wanted to see the world, became a sailor, and then one day when someone decided to be cultists and call it deep ones, he had to watch all of his friends die because they couldn't breathe underwater.
Oh no!
Well, that sucks.
So
They
he
probably all
decided to
drowned.
choose violence.
I have nothing to do with that.
I like violence.
They
Violence.
probably all drowned a very intense, agonizing death. Hopefully, they drowned faster
sorry
than
for
their
what my
lungs
people
collapsed.
did.
So,
As you all wake in the morning, and are indeed greeted by food that was promised. Food. A lot of simple fare, but you do notice a surprising absence of fish. You have some chicken, you have some bacon, sausage, eggs, and even a black pudding.
Interesting.
oh,
What the
Fuck
is
yeah.
this?
fuck yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
But there's no fish on offer.
Ah, Reeve shall starve.
You eat the land fish and you be happy with it.
I really can't because it causes my stomach to get all upsetty. And remember what happened last time? No one
I
wants to have what happened last time.
God damn.
Especially not underwater.
Oh god. Belly
right.
eating is probably a little terrifying because have you ever seen a cuttlefish eat something?
Yeah.
Is it basically a mind flare?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Reeves
like
is
the
watching
tentacles
fascinated.
open up and just like eat stuff.
Yeah. With unsettling slurping noises. Right. So
Reeve
first of
went
all,
eating the tofu.
remind me to keep at least 2 feet from the cattle.
Pretty average Saturday for me.
Yeah, right. Not used to seeing the whole more
Yeah.
thing. Right. So, order of business takes a fucking chunk off of some bacon. First order of business, all of you sleep all right. Just keeping up with your well-beings.
As everyone appears to be busy stuffing their faces.
Right,
Yeah.
fuck me, I guess.
Melly singer after finishing
This
like a
is a
whole
really
slice of
bad
bacon.
moment to try
So
and
what's
talk.
the plan, Captain?
Right, to be
You
honest,
are the captain, right? You did say that.
unfortunately, yes. However,
Around a mouthful of food. Well, on top of fuck you, I'm sure you could pay someone for that. So, if you want to go into town,
I'm okay, sir. Good, thank you.
what's this, sir? Hold on. What's all this, sir, about? We're supposed to be friends.
It's all sarcastic, like you motherfucker.
I mean, I'm sure I fucked a few mothers. Yours might be one of them.
No, you wasn't. I guess you'd be fucking dead. Anyway. Yeah, you don't touch mafia, brother. But anyway. Right. So we can either faff about. I'll leave it up to you if you want to faff about. I'm not going to impose.
What's the fuff about?
Faff about, just do nothing. Just see the town, see the sights.
Sit and watch what happens.
We can also go talk to Mr. Faraday. Mrs. I'm fucking now.
Mister.
Thank you. Oh, voice in the sky. And also we can do both if needed. We can go and frequent incognito meeting by the leader of the Thorns, which I'm interested about to see how many people Graf has ticked off. So, I've expressed my interest in one of these activities. Please let your opinions known. Let your opinions be known.
Considering my opinion helped start a prison riot yesterday, I think my opinion should be saved for last.
Wise Matt, wise Shark.
I'd like to go meet the leader of the Thorns personally.
Right, can you please more? Thank you. Like, said all that like this. Just leaning back. That is sorry, but that's fucking unsettling.
She closes her tentacles so they're like, you don't see her mouth moving.
Thanks.
Reeve, Niafta. Opinions on what you should do and where you should go.
I think we should report back to the Orkana people to see what they're doing or what their plans are.
I believe Gundra and Pip are taking care of smuggling the Orkana back.
That is correct.
No, Emil, we cannot.
Well, at the end of the day, I still say I'm gonna say that we should probably find out how many people he's pissed off.
Yeah,
A small
the thing
army
is,
wouldn't be a bad
we
thing.
can split up as well.
and some people go talk to.
Say that again, Niafta?
That might sound like trouble, but we can do that, I guess.
So what I'm thinking is that if we split up, I think me and Eric can handle any trouble because we have small armies.
That's fair.
And
Okay.
Get
if-
like in a small scuffle, yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah, in
walking
a small
war crime,
scuffle.
okay?
yeah, and a cannibal
No, we
and
cannot hear
and
you.
a cannibal, a walking war crime, and a fine ass bard can take care of the rest.
You. Anything that is politics or distractions, leave it to me.
Yeah, and I know Rave likes to.
Yeah, no, we can't hear Reeve. They message in the chat.
Yeah, and I know Reeve likes to follow Xavier, but that's why I've been trying to income him onto other people so he gets a bit of autonomy.
What? Yes.
Like, here, have my kit, I need a break.
Emil, have you tried to go into your audio settings to see what output device you got?
We heard that.
I'll take that as a no.
But, well, on the plus side,
So,
meeting.
There we
We can
go.
hear you
Did you
now.
do what I suggested?
So it was actually my I guess my cord was twisted a little bit, and so I had to like twist it again.
Mm,
So, as I was saying before, you ceased to exist for a second.
Oh, y'all.
I know Reeve always will just follow Xavier, but that's why I'm trying to impinge him on other people so you get a bit of autonomy.
Reeve is just like, well, how long is it gonna take to talk to Ferd and Banyan?
Banana?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nya.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nah.
Banyan.
Stop being adorable, you two. God damn it.
I do what I fucking want.
Adorable.
Oh, well, I will break all of your legs. What?
Oh, I'll eat you while you're sleeping, and you won't even know that your kidneys are missing until you
Okay,
have to
so...
Oh, well,
Oh,
don't
steady
make me
caps.
come break your Nico kneecaps.
fuck with the two of you.
I love him.
Anyway.
This is great.
Moving right along to the east side.
C side or B side?
I said east side.
Ah.
So,
I heard eat side, and then I remembered I have food out in the kitchen.
Honestly, mood.
Right.
but with that, a bunch of degenerates from up country.
You love us that way.
What are you talking about?
So it seems like going to meet the head of the Thorns is the agenda for the day.
Yes.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Is
And if needed, we can talk to Faraday on the way back.
No worries. So
so where are the gardens on the map?
they are number 6. You know, the big green space.
Oh,
and
hidden by my chat.
we're here.
You are. That's the Guild of Fuels. Alchemist Guild, Science Guild, or Tinker's Guild, Science Guild.
So we're here.
Okay, we're top one. Got it.
Yep, you're
We're
closest to the
1-1.
train station.
And so we need to head to 6 now.
Yeah, we gotta go to the east side.
So, allow me to narrate.
Love narrations.
No.
Fuck you, I'm allowed to like narrations.
No, I was like, allow me to narrate. No.
Never eat sour walruses.
What?
Will Dr. Wolfenstein ever be able to narrate again? Find out next time. I mean,
Oh my god.
I mean, right?
You may proceed, brother.
Oh, may I? May I really?
I mean, hold up. I think we have to have a group discussion about this. Everyone 4?
I'm 3, actually.
It's okay, I'm probably 6. I mean, I'm like double your size after all.
All
Yeah,
right.
you are.
Alright, shut up, 4s. A 5 is talking. Go ahead.
Wow,
ahead,
shut
man.
up, 4's a 5 is
You know what?
talking.
No, you're right. You're a 10. On a pH scale, you basic bitch.
Aw, thank you.
I was trying
I like
to
to-
grab something from the kitchen, almost slipped.
I like to touch down to the basics. What do you expect, the acidics?
Moving along. You punch it to
Sorry.
death.
Fucking lord.
That was good though. So, as you leave the confines of the Tinker's Guild, and as you start to head off, you start to head off towards the gardens. As you do, you see that these people live a very different life than any other people that you've encountered. For Mako and Melly, it is like a step into fucking just an alien world all its own, because you you are seeing things that you've never dreamed of. You are seeing machinery, great and small, that is pervading everyday life. You see that there are vehicles, granted simplistic, but there are vehicles that are moving heavy loads up and down the broad avenues. And you can also see that there are tiny clockwork mechanisms that make mundane tasks faster and easier for even common folk. For instance, you're watching as the lanterns light themselves and seem to snuff themselves as the day and night cycle commences.
Oh, and I thought I was lazy.
What the fuck?
You're seeing windows with like giant wiper blades that move from window to window and are cleaning the shop's windows for the day ahead. All in all, this city is bustling with activity, and you can see that even on the people there are clockwork gadgets and gizmos. There's a man walking down the street, walking down the sidewalk rather, and he has this big, what essentially is a vacuum, and he's just cleaning the sidewalks as he goes, and he's just walking. You can see another man using a very intricate-looking two-wheeled contraption that he sits in the middle of and pedals with both his hands and his feet as it propels him through the streets, and he's turning with his body in order to get by. The clearness of it all, and the just dedication to this, particular artistry and craft is astounding. The people of Zeleni are living at least 20 years technologically ahead of everyone else. At least.
Least.
Whoa.
Whereas the people of Gemnackle are still using candles, you can see these almost magical-like bulbs and braziers and torches and lanterns that keep things alight here. There is one problem, and the big problem. This place is choked with smog and soot, and it is just not a healthy place.
The Industrial Revolution.
Pretty much. Of London would actually be the better one.
Yeah.
Because the American Industrial Revolution was actually far easier just because we're a larger place.
Yeah, the London.
They had to compact a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And so, there was still a lot of greenery, but this definitely...
How many children do we see coming back from the mines?
No mines, but you do see children, going into various houses in order to work. Child labor is not unknown of in this particular world, or in any society that's not in the 21st century. And even in the 21st century, child labor is still used, so it's efficient.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Listen, it can be efficient and we cannot like it. These are separate things.
Correct.
I'm not gonna like it.
I'm not saying you should.
Club.
No one
I
should
don't like my food working. It gets tough and chewy. Sorry, what?
No one should be supporting child labor, but, it happens.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm for it in the game.
Right? But your choices in-game are your choices in-game. Nothing wrong with that. This is a fantasy after all. But the other thing that is lacking to those of you who have the exploring natural kind ofness, there is no greenery, really. The only trees or flowers in the city are clever I can speak English. Artifices, and that's exactly what it says. Artifices made to mimic the real thing. It is clear that Zoleni is a place where not a lot of natural things grow. And it's clear that with this lack of greenery and this lack of resource, a lot of you are sitting here and a lot of you are recognizing that Zoleni has to import its food because it can't grow anything itself. You now understand why the town of Gemnackle is being so... Or, not Gemnackle, excuse me. Hope. The quiet farming community. You understand why it's being pushed so hard now. Especially with the militarization efforts, because it is one source, and the major and majority source, of Zoleni's food. Whereas the rest of their food must be imported from somewhere else, which is why the blockade is so devastating. As you walk through town, you can actually see that many buildings or many places where people would normally go to get a bite to eat are saying closed or out of stock or various other messages. It's very clear that this blockade is working. And while the people may have enough to eat and feed their families, businesses that sell food or are in the business of making and selling food are being crippled. However, you make your way towards the gardens, which is a very interesting location, because it has a wall. The gardens are walled off by 12-foot-high stone and metal walls, painted on the outside to look like the forest and with life-giving trees and other such things. There is a gate, and there is even a scheduled time that the gardens are open. They are closed from sundown to first light. However,
Why does it feel so suspicious?
This is like reminding me of the Lorax. I don't know why. I don't know if that's. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die.
Let me just get my AK-47 so I can speak for the trees.
you also should
they all
learn
speak
Vietnamese. But as you enter, or as you make your way towards the gardens, there is no guard. Despite the fact that there is a gate and there is a wall, there is no guard. No one's sitting here watching it, making sure that nobody does anything crazy.
Also, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Have we seen any guards around?
Yes and no. You've seen the constabulary, and while they do move about and while they do guard certain locations, they're not an obvious presence in the world.
Okay. Another question. Do the uniforms
Oh my god.
look like the ones I have?
So, go ahead and roll me a, we'll call that a history check real quick.
Xavier.
Also, we
Natural one.
because of the skeleton.
5.
I mean, yeah, they're almost identical, man. It's great.
Sure.
I have another question.
Yeah.
I have skeletons with me. Are we getting odd looks?
I mean, yes and no. Like, people have, like, you can see automatons moving about.
They're
can
just organic automatons, my guy.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of how people kind of are treating them, is that as soon as they see them, they like give a quick little and then just go about their day.
Like,
like a
oh,
double
that's a
take.
weird automaton kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't help that she's like decorated all the bones by carving them with her acid quill.
What's an acid quill?
The quill
It's
that
a
writes
quill
in
that uses
acid.
acid.
Yeah,
Whoa,
Melly spits
can I
acid.
see it?
Melly pulls out a small like pen made of some metal and dips it in her mouth and like grabs one of like the skeleton's fingers and like draws a small heart shape on it.
Whoa.
Note to self: I do not want to know what that mouth do.
Same.
Oh, I want to know what that mouth do.
Ay, porco blanco.
You know
Can I
it's
draw
bad when
something on
white
it?
goes back to Portuguese.
Right.
Can I draw something?
From behind Reem just goes.
There. What? Like the. Melly's very like. It's a fine instrument. It might break.
Pretty please.
I'm kind of curious. How much would it cost to replace said fine instrument?
Yeah, how much would it, DM?
DM said
He's
they'd be
gone.
back.
Make
up
up,
the roleplay.
make up a value right now.
This is
Probably
why
like
Reeve
2-3
is-
silver.
Not too bad.
This is literally why Reeve is asking to draw on the skeleton, by the way, because he was.
It's
stepped out.
probably like a glass pen. You know how those work? Like glass ink
Yeah.
pens.
I know how to use those. Can I try? Can I? Please.
She'll take off like one of the like the thumb bone off of one of her skeletons and like
Let me try.
dip it in her
the
mouth and
skeletons.
hand it to you.
Well,
You see him starting to like doodle and draw on one of the skeletons, and
Like
it
one of the
is
skeleton's thumbs. Because that's what she handed you, like one of the skeleton's thumb and the pen
And-
after dipping in her mouth.
and you see it is like a whole bunch of little stingrays just like all swirling and twirling up the thumb bone. And he hands it
Ooh.
back to Melly.
She'd stash her quill back in her like side pouch and then like reattach the thumb bone.
Que padre. Why do you do this to me? You're breaking my heart.
I'm gonna go with because no one cares about your feelings in this situation.
That is the story of my life.
Want me to try
Lives.
skeleton?
Let's say life
You
or
don't
life.
want to
Just
see me be happy.
No. I just don't want you to see breaking things that are not yours.
I mean, I'm all for breaking things that aren't ours, as long as, you know, it gets paid
Like
back.
that on accident. I only
And
do
not
it
by
on
me.
purpose. You know I don't do
Exa-
things like that on accident. I only do it
Exactly.
on the purpose.
That's why I don't know when you decide to do it on purpose. That's why.
I wouldn't do that. Nellie is our friend.
Thank you. She pulls out a small notebook and writes that down.
I think she is at
Dear
least.
diary, I have made a friend.
Yeah, kinda. They're
Okay,
like
Oliver 2.0.
shells. Who?
I think she is at least. Are you
No,
a
I did-
friend?
I said
I like
Oliver
it.
2.0.
Oh my god, right? From the other game.
I can't read.
Her there. I'd like to think so.
Yay!
For cool.
So, I gotta ask there, Cap, is it always this exciting around here?
I am not that sure. I'm only here half of the time.
True.
Okay,
Like,
in that
there
case, I
were
gotta ask
times-
then, who's gonna be my next breakout buddy?
Hi.
It might be me as well.
And when I mean I'm only here half of the time is me. The one that is talking to you right now.
You're not
You
the
might
savior.
have, you might have noticed something.
You're this twin brother, or Revox.
I noticed a bit of a voice change. You sound like a bit of a cunt.
Give Xavier back.
I will say it is a pretty accurate description. Yes. I am very much of a cunt, yes.
I can respect someone who can admit that.
I did not know they changed gender.
Reeve
Is that
starts
something
like,
your species can do?
No. Counting the poetic sense.
Reeve starts like bopping Xavier on the head and starts going, "Bring Xavier back!"
Child, I promised your brother I wouldn't hurt you. Please stop.
Bring
You see, when
Xavier
we say
back."
that they sound like a downright cunt, it's more of a figure of speech. You know, we're saying that they're a prick, an asshole, someone that you don't want to generally deal with in a social conversation.
Oh,
So
I just
great to have you
assumed
back
that's
in a
what
fight.
people talk.
But in case you
That's such a fascinating language.
in case I haven't introduced myself to you, I am Treban. Romano, in this case.
I'm just gonna keep calling you the captain there, okay? I'm Mako.
That is. Oh no! I know who all of you are. I hear everything when he's in the seat.
That
Reeve
must be
is
uncomfortable for the
often-
love life.
I mean, to be honest, I like to watch.
It's true. He does.
For someone that just met me, for you to know that is incredibly unsettling.
You wish you only just saw me.
No. I have known you your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You just met me.
No.
You're Xavier's secret agent, Ravax.
Ravax. Sorry.
Mako leans over and under his breath, little one kind of scares me.
It should. He eats people.
It's true, I do. And I don't hesitate.
Not even once. I was very disturbed seeing it for the first time. And I did some crazy fucked up shit about 75 years ago.
It's true.
You see, usually I make a joke about the people I end up sleeping with being snacks. This one just takes it to a new level, I guess.
Oh, I don't sleep with them.
No, he just he's just full on, murdering. Yeah, that. I will say, there's an upside. He doesn't leave evidence.
It's
He
true.
takes Pageantry to the next level.
As all this delightful conversation has been going on,
Cannibalism.
you
Wait, hold
guys...
up, we haven't gotten to discussing Thermite yet.
I have been working on that.
Why'd you change accents all of a sudden?
Yeah.
He decides when he takes over. Xavier can do shit.
Alright, fair enough.
Bring Xavier back.
Me, I just can't hold an accent to save my life, apparently, lately.
You know... Fuck, mate! He did it again, didn't he? Fuck.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Alright.
Xavier is back.
Hug. Reeve does not let go.
Right. So, we're at the gates. There's no guard.
There isn't a guard, but there is an entry fee. As you can see,
What?
that there's a little booth that reads entry, and there's a turnstile.
There's a fucking touch.
What's that?
What is this? The New York subway?
Kind of.
How much is the fee?
2 copper coins.
I can't read what it says.
It says we gotta pay to get in.
What do you mean we have to pay and look at plants?
How many of us are there?
5 of you.
5 of you plus 4 skeletons.
There's 5 of us. Just 5 of us.
Yeah, I'll cover it with a silver.
As you
Is it a 10 conversion?
Yes, it's
Yes.
a 10 conversion.
If it's 2 copper, that would only cover me and the skeletons.
Or it would cover
Oh, shit.
just the living people,
Yeah,
not
and
the dead people.
I'll pay the
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm covering for the living. They're also not on my fucking payroll.
You're also assuming that it's going to continue to charge the undead. Automatons.
Wait, the automatons also need to have an entry fee?
I mean, it is a turnstile, so it won't get out of the way until, it's been paid.
Yes,
What if
but I
they're
would
like-
assume that the gap, because of how small because of the gaps between the everything, I'm pretty sure a skeleton could kind of just squeeze through.
What if they all
I'm paying.
conjoined into one being?
Then that's how you get a bone horror, sweetie.
Easy solution. I pay for the living, he pays for his pay.
Yeah, I paid the copper.
Yep, so as you all get in, you see a couple of things right away that's,
You also have to pay to get out.
no. Although that is
fucking
definitely how I would run a business. Like, you don't have to pay to come in, you have to pay to leave.
Oh my god. Blaze, that is horrendous.
What? You want to go to an amusement park? Fine, go to an amusement park. You have to spend a minimum of $400 in the park, or you don't get to leave. Or you have to pay $400 to leave. I'm okay with that.
will have fun.
I charge you no entry fee, though, so it's awesome.
Okay.
He just goes, "You will have fun."
Yeah.
I would stay for days.
Right?
No, knowing your yeah.
Yeah.
What if I don't have $400?
Well, then you shouldn't have gone to an amusement park. What the hell's wrong with you?
Indentured servitude. What?
I mean,
It's okay, I can
Cephalopodum?
serve you, Blaze.
not technically indentured servitude. It's, repaying your debts.
I don't mind serving you, Blaze.
Anyway,
Okay,
moving along before I get demonetized. But
Ooh, woo. Shoulder shimmy.
you can see that the park itself is almost as mechanically brilliant as it is the only source of any kind of plants, because you realize that there is now allow me to explain. This is a mechanical marvel with masterfully crafted clockwork gardens. It boasts buzzing clockwork insects, alchemical globes that light. Let me try that sentence again. Alchemical globe lights that shift colors, and an intricate series of alchemically colored streams recycled through a system of water wheels and gentle falls. The surrounding crystal dome keeps out all the noises of urban industry. And the plants here are actually growing, though it's odd. It's like a greenhouse, but it's not anywhere near as effective as a greenhouse. But the plants are still growing. They're just not as vibrant or as large as they might otherwise be.
They're existing.
Mm-hmm. However,
Okay.
as you go further in, and as you make your way towards the center, you can see that there is a large stand of actual trees, fairly decent sized ones, all things considered. And as you arrive, you can hear voices of various kinds. One particular calls out, People, please, we must talk to the Chancellor. We must have unity so that when the Chancellor asks us what we want, we can give him clear, concise rules. Chancellor Mimbley may be a self-preserving coward, but he does know that the guilds are what pay him. And you can hear another, I say we just toss him! Yeah, toss him in the port! You can see another folk. But how will that save our guilds? How will that save our businesses? You can see there's a crowd of about 30 people. Most of them dressed in finer stuff, though you can see a few common folk among them. And then standing in front of all of them is a human female. She's dressed in green, with thorn vines in her hair, and she is clearly, running things here. She is dressed very simply, all things considered. As far as, the typical look is concerned.
Yeah. So, I guess that's where we're going.
You certainly can, if you would like to.
Yeah, I'm going to... Alright, everyone, if you'd like to disperse amongst the crowd. And I just weasel my way in.
You're in my way, weasel.
Apologies, ma'am. I didn't see you down there.
So, do you guys kind of disperse to break yourselves up so you can join the crowd, or do you guys just kind of clump together anyway?
Myself, I will join the crowd and just vibe read and do the thing with my eye patch just to see what everybody's strapped with. But
Well, not only a couple of them ping with magical energy, even magical weaponry. Only like one or two of them, and the two that do are the more elaborately dressed. So probably have more money. But the rest seem to be pretty mundane. However, the woman who is speaking, she has a lot of magic. She magic as fuck, boy.
Okay.
But you can see her just sighing. People, please, we've been over this. We can address what comes next, but we have to first make sure that we address what is happening now. First things first is we need to stop the militarization of the Guild of Fuels. Lots of muttering and murmuring and yada-yadaing. In somewhat agreement. But you can see that people are still not quite ready to commit to anything, as it seems that they're kind of jockeying for position more than anything.
Oh, as
Nelly's
always, we
gonna
get to
hang
see
out.
a bunch of fools who don't know what they want, but want to still shove it on everyone else's plate.
Really?
Like some people turn and look at you. Mostly
I
the
will
closest people.
I will look at them and I will grin very toothily.
And suddenly people find so many more interesting things to look at.
Nelly's hanging out in the back with her skeletons, just kind of like listening to this.
Yeah. As soon as she says we gotta stop the militarization, and some people like half a dozen.
Yeah, they're thereabouts. Well, there's a lot. There's about 24 people here, but only
No,
about
half a dozen like murmur in agreement. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, well, a majority of the crowd murmurs in agreement. The only problem is that you hear one woman who is very beautiful and is dressed in a gorgeous red dress with some clockwork gears on it. She just simply says, we don't have the authority that the main guilds have. That is where you are wrong. You are more than the other guilds. Yes, individually your businesses are lesser, but that doesn't mean that as a unit you wouldn't present a very powerful force.
True that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hype that. Yeah, unionize, bring the power to the people. From behind someone and then move away.
You can see a grizzled kind of gentleman. We've never been able to oppose the four before now, and besides, it's not like they don't want it that way. Between the mechanists, the science, the guild, the fuels, and the alchemist guild, they provide the majority of the services for this city and this country. How do we really stack up? You are guilds of merchants, of shipwrights, of carpenters and cleaners and bakers and other such guilds. Though you may be small, granted, compared to the 4 large ones, there are allies amongst them. Pip Cogsgroove is currently trying to find ways to stop Graf's insanity, and Hallis Faraday is right there with her. He wants to use his science to better our standing and to better the world, not just Zolen, or Zoleni proper. Lots of muttering and mumbling. But Graf has all the power. He may have the most units, but he is suffering for it. most of his private army aren't here. They're away from here. They're on that little island to the north of us. They're fighting a war on Naft against the elves. A foolish endeavor by any stretch of the imagination. And my thorns are there to help the people of Naft. Not to mention, look at what's happened. The Orkana used to trade with us. We used to be allies. Now they are blockading us? We cannot get food where it is needed. The breadlines have gotten insane. Food and soup kitchens are running low on supplies and cannot feed the masses.
Yeah, but that's not for free, though.
Actually, you hear someone...
Yeah, but
You actually hear someone, like, take up that idea. Well, what about those who aren't willing to help us? Well, yes, everyone should work for their daily bread. It doesn't mean that this is their fault. After all, when we had our port open, we were importing everything we could need from everywhere. Crownsport, Westra, Zavo, Rivana, even up to the north from Dan and Silvertree itself. And the Mistwood when it would trade with us. Not to mention we had visitors from all walks of life. Bardi, Arula, even people from even people from Scepter, and of course Krita. We had people traveling from all walks of life to come here. And now because of this blockade, they can't do so. And now we are starving, or at least we will be. As, don't forget, Hope and Tideport have also been blockaded. The Orkana want one thing, to stop polluting the waters around Zeleni, and we can do that. The Guild of Science, as well as my Thorns, along with some partnership from the Machinist Guild, have already begun to work on measures that would eliminate and reverse the pollution we've already done. And it's already trying to be implemented. The 4 guilds will meet 2 days from now, and in that time they will discuss before the Chancellor. And you see that the woman pulls out a large tome. I encourage all of you who would see your businesses prosper, would see the end of the rule of the Guild of Fuels and their dictation over policy, I urge you to sign this tome. This tome will be taken by Pip Cogsroof and Mr. Hollis Faraday and will be presented to the Chancellor. And it is a simple declaration. If he will not curtail the Guild of Fuels, then the Science Guild, the Machinist Guild, and anyone who signs are prepared to take their businesses, their homes, and their families and leave. And let Zeleni fall. But this is our home! Where would we go? I have already begun working on negotiations with the elves, as well as Zavros, Tivara, Arushi, and Varachi. There are plenty of places to go. Not to mention, the dwarven among you would be able to find homes back with the other dwarven kind. They're always welcoming their home folk back. You see a few people like, And what about the Thorns destroying our businesses? The Thorns are not destroying any business that does not belong to the Guild of Fuels and does not actively pollute the environment. My Thorns are mostly wrapped up fighting the Guild of Fuels on Naft. And I have been too long away. What do you get out of all this? My Thorns and I have one dedicated goal: to stop the pollution and destruction of nature in Zelen. So long as that is done, then me and my Thorns will be silent. We are just like all of you. Many of us call Zelen home. Some of us live in Gemnackle, Tidesport, Hope. A couple of us even live on our Orca. We are doing everything we can to help. You cannot believe the lies that Graf has been spreading about us, nor the acts of a few bad apples. You see, she seems to be winding down. I urge all of you who have a guild to represent, all of you who have businesses or families that you are scared of putting in this environment, please sign the ledger and we can properly force the Chancellor to listen to us. Everybody seems to kind of nod their heads and seems to be listening, and as they do so, many a people go up, sign the log, and then seem to disperse. However, some people are leaving without even signing.
Oh.
A look of kind of frustrated helplessness on their faces.
Right. How many people are there now?
There's about 15 people, give or take.
15. All right. So I go up to the. Did Pip mention her name? Fuck, I forgot.
Evane.
Evane.
I go up to Evane.
Evane.
A bit to the side, as I am not gonna sign the ledger. That was a wonderful speech, madam.
She sighs. I'm not usually one for speech crafting, but
you make good points, and if anyone that did not believe your words, well, shame unto them, as I believe you only want to help the people of this country.
She nods. Helping nature will help the people of Zelen. After all, we cannot rely on mechanics alone. Without food, what would we eat? We would all starve to death. We're not the automatons that we create.
Exactly. And, Graf does need to be knocked down a fucking peg or two.
He is skilled. He has a act for wrangling hearts and minds and bending them to his will. I can't deny that.
Propaganda is a fucking piece of work, I'll tell you. But don't worry. 2 days, a lot can happen. And, you never know when I'll get pricked in his side. And I give her a wink.
She just shakes her head. I'm starting to see the necessity of such a thing, though I would hate for it to come to that.
Oh, no. A prick in the side is nothing like public display of deeds. Don't worry. Your people and our people are working on that. And this is in a very low tone, so just only her hears it.
She nods. She kind of looks at you a little more seriously. You're one of them that Pip got a hold of.
Yes, ma'am. Me, Cephalopod, the shark, the other two over there. As I assume Reeve and Nyatha are close together, yeah, proletariat!
Anyone that's causing a bit more of a fuss in the negative for what we're wanting has Mako kind of standing near them and just looking down at them.
I believe the shark and the cephalopod are new ones to your organization.
Yes, I noticed them. Melly and Mako. I remember all of my thorns. And she slips you a leaf. Is
Is
it?
that a subtle way to tell us to leave her alone?
No, it's
Shut the fuck up.
But no, she hands Xavier a leaf that has been rolled up. It's clearly like a palm leaf of some description, and she
Yeah.
just simply says, "Read it when you are free from here, or when you don't have prying eyes. It's good news. It just arrived to me today after we did something beneficial."
Yes, ma'am. I hope your future endeavors bring you good fortune.
Thank you.
And I back up. And I back up, just making eye contact with a few people, like, yeah, you should sign it. She has very good points, Mike.
So, is anyone else doing anything in this crowd of people, or while they observe this crowd of people?
So some people are just leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Melly's gonna ask a couple of them, why not sign?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, as they kind of are a little intimidated by, walking
Skeletons.
Cthulhu.
And skeletons.
No, she's just genuinely asking, like,
Oh yeah.
Yes, but walking Cthulhu.
yeah.
Very
Walking
lucky for a
Cthulhu.
lot of people.
With the posse going like this behind her.
Oh, hold on. I click 20, dirty.
Nice.
That's how I like my 20s.
One of the people that you stop is a grizzled old
Octopus?
he's a water dwarf.
Okay.
He's a sea dwarf, and he just looks up at you. You know what I used to do here, lass? You're a lass, aren't you?
Yes.
I didn't know. But you know what I used to do here?
Didn't want to assume.
Yeah, that's fair.
Never assume.
Sorry, continue.
He just kind of looks at you, Millie, and he asks, do you know what he used to do here?
No.
I was a fisherman. My da before me, and my da before him, and my great da's 5 times over.
Oh, wow.
But have you taken a look at the port lately?
Wouldn't signing help fix that?
You'd think. But here's the problem. I've seen these types of graphs come and go, and the problem has only ever gotten worse. I'm not replacing a devil I know with one I don't. Graf is a bastard, and what his guild and the Alchemist Guild are doing to the port is disgusting. However, I can leave and go take my family and go to Zavo, to Tevara, to Arushi, to Varachi, hell, even to the pirate cities, and I can still go earn me a living. I'll not see my kith and kin starve because of this blockade. And the fishermen and those of us who used to work the waters, we're the first getting cut off from supplies desperately needed. And we're the last getting supplies that are desperately earned in the breadlines.
Why not sign? If it goes south, you can just leave then.
He shakes his head
That's what the
sadly.
petition.
He shakes his head sadly. No. I'm leaving now. I'm taking my family and we're going to Hope. Then from there, we'll see if there's any way that the more sane among them has been able to work out some kind of deal with these Orcana. And we're going to leave.
Then sign, then leave, as proof that people are willing.
Is it that important to you that I sign a bit of paper? I have no big guild. I just have my family.
One krill leads the swarm.
He looks at you. And for one of the few times since you've wandered onto land, you realize that someone understood that reference. And that
You're speaking my fucking language.
Someone understood you. And he goes, you know what? Alright. Just because you asked so damn nicely about it. What's your name anyway?
What?
What's your
I
name
didn't hear
anyway?
over.
What is your name anyway?
Melithist. Most people call me Melly on land.
Foreigner trying to save so hard to save a city that would not welcome ye otherwise. Very interesting. Well,
How open? I'm actually just out of curiosity. How open is this conversation? Like, can just anyone hear it?
I mean, he's not being quiet, and Melly isn't, being quiet either.
Hearing a bit of this, Mako would walk over and idly comment and was watching the signing. Any dwarf could appreciate, especially when it comes to the seas, that eventually the tides can wash away even a mountain. Why not be the tide?
He kind of
already said yes.
Kind of chuckles and nods his head as he walks over to the ledger.
Just wanted to be Shakespearean.
Yep. Mako wanted to feel included in doing something other than intimidation tactics.
Aww.
Flex.
There's so many other people, and you chose the one that Melly was talking to.
Shush. But anyway,
Listen, just because I want to know what those tentacles do.
God damn it! Stop.
You bunch of degenerates.
Aww, the shark
You
is
make your-
crush on the Cthulhu.
I am not bored and not kind of horny, so let Cthulhu be. Jesus.
But he makes his way over and he signs. And as he walks past you, Melly, he name's Griff. Griff Wavebeard. Pleasure.
Hold on. I was gonna do something. I need to get to my inventory. Sorry.
I'll head into the catalogue. He will not be eaten when we invade.
In the reckoning.
You have fed this, dwarf. You shall be spared.
The ducks, right? But she'll hand my gold when you get off the island to help your family.
He looks at it and looks up at you. Aye, thank you kindly, lass. And he takes the gold. You watch as he, hobbles his way out of sight. He is getting up there in years, even by dwarven standards. And, as he does, and as a few more people, seem to come to their own conclusions and have either signed or left, as the case may warrant. It's very clear that more people signed than not. As you're kind of looking it over now, a lot of people who didn't sign are people who were either poor or not well connected, or maybe were just them and, their families. People who kind of felt like their, voice or vote didn't really matter here. However, most of the other guild leaders that you saw talking have signed it. You see that they have also listed the guilds they represent. You can see a merchants guild. You can see the healers guild. The
Shipwrights?
The guild of the shipwrights. You can see the coopers and the chefs guilds, as well as many other guilds in question. Hell, even the laborers guild has signed. despite the fact that they probably are, booming with business, assigning new laborers. There's also the guild, it lists itself as the Guild of Allocated Services. You have no idea what that means, but, it's a guild, apparently.
Apparently.
Sounds like a mercenary guild.
But
it seems
Mel-
like the guild masters are on board with, a change.
would you like us to take this to Pip?
Yes, you should. I am going to have to depart. After all, I am sure the Guild of Fuels is only slow on the draw, since they have come under attack recently, or at least suffered an accident. I should ask some of my thorns which one of them pulled that stunt.
Have you ever seen a shark blush?
Me in the background going.
One of the skeletons slightly looks at Mako, looks back.
Actually, no, even better. You hear the we've all seen the bad lying whistling anime. You're trying not to look.
Xavier just approaches it. That might have been a machination of a bunny that been hopping around that somehow caused a prison break. Yeah, I'm fucking know how it happened,
Lol.
You just see her kind of look at you, and she just kind of stares, and then, shakes her head. Well, whatever the case may be, it is very clear that, our initiatives have finally gotten to the point of violence, as much as I tried to avoid that, at least for as long as possible. But taking direct action against the Guild of Fuels may ultimately have been necessary.
Indeed. Also, not direct violence. They don't have any proof it was us.
Good.
Well, there is that. Though I am sure they will turn around and blame it on the thorns, as they always do.
That is a given. That is a given. I'll give you that, yeah.
It happens when we're a thorn in the side already.
She smiles. Indeed.
A part of Mako just sits here and wonders how many puns he can get away with before someone shoots him in the foot.
Oh, you've heard a cock. Like you've heard a cock. Like
He's been aiming at the dorsal fin more than once.
Yeah, exactly. I've been wanting you to paddle you in the nose for about half an hour.
How, Melly? Which of us should carry the tome?
I'd say you're good with books.
She'll take it. And how big is this tome?
It's not much bigger than your average desk journal.
Yeah, not knowing
Joel.
much about anything about the tome, Mako's first response is, I'm good at carrying.
She'll slide it in book bag.
Excuse me, fuck.
Mako wants to
Bless
be a
you.
helpful boy. This has been decided.
You are. You made a prison break.
Good boy, Mako.
But
Insert tail wag here.
We should head to Faraday.
Indeed. Well, I gotta stop by an alleyway first. I gotta take a piss.
I have to stop by an alleyway because I have to pee. Fair enough.
Well, we know something's getting quoted.
But yeah,
Come on,
as we
don't
leave,
worry.
and I find an alleyway, I take the palm tree leaf and I read what was in there.
Dear Pip, you claimed these adventurers you met saved him. Well, he is alive, and for that we are grateful. We shall give you another week's reprieve, but no more. In 1 week and 2 days from the writing of this letter, you shall either join us, stop the Guild of Fuels, or you shall be annihilated. Choice is yours. Our blockade still stands.
Okay. As soon as I finish reading it, I cast decrypt on it, so it's all jumbled up,
Fair enough.
and roll it back up. Actually, take a piss, and go back.
Sure.
Are you still trying to shake it?
Okay, I was thinking you fell in.
I have thoroughly shaken off my Magnum dong.
Yeah, and there's still a wet spot.
No, I don't.
Every time.
And as I come back, and I'm assuming we're making our way to Faraday, I just go,
Well, we got another week at least.
Oh,
Of you holding in a piss? That's the longest record I've seen.
No, not
a week
for
and
the-
how many days? Did
2.
it say?
so
A week
one-
and
a week.
4.
Oh,
Actually, important question that White didn't ask. Was the letter dated?
It was dated today, for today.
No, she told me she got it today, so you know.
I figured I'd just double check on the writing on that because it does say a week and 2 days from the writing of the letter. You know,
we have 2 days when we arrived,
You
so
know,
we got another week
that's
extension.
specific wording.
Hold on, 9 days.
Right, so let's get
That's
it
a
Faraday.
400% increase of time.
Yeah. Let's get to Faraday. This is good news, at least.
Let's to Faraday, the Guild of Science.
To fair.
Let's hope he doesn't have any cages.
As you make your way towards the Guild of Science,
No one caught the joke. Okay.
No, I got it. The Faraday kit. Yeah, no, I got it.
I thought it was a
Thank
box.
you. No, it is a cage.
Oh,
You know, it's a Faraday cage.
Ain't on my rage, I am still just a rat in the cage.
Anyway,
I'm just not smart enough to laugh at jokes like that.
Honey, you've been giving, like, a pun every other sentence. What you mean you don't laugh at jokes like that?
No, I didn't say I don't laugh at them. I said I'm not smart enough to laugh at them.
Ah.
Clever jokes. They're above his pay grade.
Stupid.
Wait, you're getting paid?
I'd like to, but I don't think so.
I was gonna say, why would I pay you guys?
Are you getting paid?
Because we add in content for you?
I mean, I can open this night to paid clients.
We also probably demonetize his videos like in the first 10 minutes, so you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do my best to demonetize as fast as I can. It's my specialty.
You know those YouTubers that speedrun games? We speedrun how fast we can demonetize this video.
Hell yeah. Penis.
Anyway,
Just all right, fine, whatever.
Hi, I'm
love you,
Crow, and
Blade.
today you'll be seeing my attempt at the world's fastest demonetization.
This is deep inhale.
Oh shit.
Neighbor.
Oh, he broke it. He broke something.
That's
Uh-oh.
so.
We demonetized too fast.
No. I need to go get cleaned up here, so this will take a bit. However, I will say that for the time being, due to unfortunate accidents, that I am going to cut it here for now.
Right, okay.
But
Blaze, did you spill your drink?
no, I'll tell you all in a bit. But anyway, so I would like to thank my fantastic cast of characters, and with whom I could not do this without. So, in no particular order, to my immediate right is Mr. Eric, playing Melly Deepsong, our new necromancer. Oh, blood wizard.
Yeah, I'm a blood wizard, but I have skeleton. Same difference. Hemiomancy, necromancy.
I mean, you know, just different
It
stages
just depends
of
on
life.
what you're pulling out of them.
Hemomancy, bonomancy.
Wait,
you know, all
Bonomancy,
the same.
we're talking about my relationship now?
Then, of course, we have Mr. Whitehill playing Xavier, our tamer.
G'day, mates.
We have my brother Crowlot playing Mako Mistbite, the Circle of the Deep's druid.
I'm a menace.
We all.
Nothing new.
And as always, we have the ever lovely Laura playing the bard Niafta, our tiefling.
The one who has lost a voice today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who has lost a voice today. But we still thank her for being here. And of course we have Mr. Emil playing Reeve, our wave dancing ranger.
What I'm doing, but I'm doing my best, and that's what's important.
But also various war crimes.
I'm going to commit various war crimes.
No, war
I'm gonna
cry.
do-
I'm going to commit several heinous war crimes.
I'll be
That's-
wanted in every country.
Shout out to those people. God damn it, they're hilarious.
Right.
Right?
See ya, everyone.
But I, of course, have been your Master of the Seas, Dr. John Wolfenstein, and I will see you in the next operation.